folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch another beautiful day in the Ozarks. My little camera mount here is messed up for some reason now, all of a sudden. So it just keeps doing this little slowly tilting. Guess I'll have to eventually figure out what's wrong or replace it. They just don't make good products anymore. So Bitcoin hit 80,000 this morning. Some of you are big into crypto and Bitcoin and stuff and probably are really excited at that. I guess the question is this a bubble that's about ready to burst in crypto? Or will we see 100,000 or even more by the end of the year? I don't know. I mean, it's getting kind of crazy, but so is everything else. I mean, we're like in uncharted territory right now where, Trump wins, everything's silent, it seems a little strange, some things are too good to be true, other things are making us really uncomfortable. The whole left, globalist, Marxist, Obamas, Clintons, all of them, it's like they just gave up. I don't believe that. But that's the appearance. It just seems as if, all right, well, you won, and we're going to just go home. And, the only big response that's going, man, this is really annoying. The only big response that anyone's seeing is a bunch of crazy women online screaming into their phones about how horrible they think the world is right now and how they just don't want to participate in this. I don't think it's all over yet. I want everyone to understand that this is, you may take the time to celebrate if that's what you feel. Some of you don't, some of you do. You may take a little break off of things. All of that is fine, but I think we all need to realize that it's not over. There's no way possible. There's no way. Think of the amount of just effort, just sheer effort that has been put into the machine, okay? The left globalist type of machine. Going back to before Trump was elected the first time, okay? Going back to the Obamas. I mean, it certainly started before then. But let's just say the Obamas, because that's where it really started kind of picking up speed and taking shape. So we had what went on during that time. We had this machine trying to defeat Donald Trump the first time. They didn't. And then the next time around, 2020, we all know what happened then. The amount of shenanigans and stuff that went on during that campaign. And then since Biden's been in office, the sheer just effort, the intensity that's gone on to push all of these radical Marxist agendas. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot, right? And then within, less than a 24-hour period, 12-hour period, well, maybe more than 12-hour, but 18, 20-hour period. It was less than 24 hours from the time the polls opened to the time Donald Trump was, presumed the winner. And we're just, okay, well, all this, effort for the last 10, 15 years is for nothing, so we'll just go home and we'll start over again some other day. It's not going to work that way, folks. It doesn't work that way. Whatever's going on that's keeping things fairly quiet right now, I'm not 100% sure what it is. I could see where the left is being quiet because they're trying to figure out their next move, but I don't understand quite yet why there's so much, and it's not 100% silence, but there's like too much silence, too much quietness from the Trump camp. So I don't know. I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you that it's not right. Something's off. And there is one thing I'm noticing that's kind of starting to pick up speed, at least on the online. I don't know if this is part of it. But this H5N1 that we've talked about often, my goodness, this phone is driving me nuts. I apologize for the noise and all that. This is ridiculous. The H5N1 bird flu. And I've talked about it recently a little bit more, but during the whole campaign, I think a lot of people just kind of forgot about it because they were so focused on, winning the election regardless of who was winning, right? And there's been a lot of human cases of H5N1 here in the United States. A lot. California and Washington State seem to have the bulk of them, but I'm not saying it's a legitimate thing. I'm just saying what they're putting out in the news it's showing that it's a lot. Well, now they've said that they've got a case in Canada, so now it's crossed borders into Canada. There's a lot of speculation that this virus is way more widespread than we think. California has been testing their sewage water, and they're finding it a lot in their sewage water. If you remember, that's exactly what they were saying during COVID. There are some similarities. It's not picking up at quite the same speed, excuse me, but there's definitely similarities to what's going on. Now, the reason why I bring this up is not to just try to cause something else to get everyone terrified, because that's not it. But if you think about it, during Trump's previous time in the White House, the only thing that really kind of shook his presidency and caused problems really was COVID. And maybe they've kept the H5N1 in their back pocket as kind of a wild card. I don't know. But if that was the one thing that really caused problems, that caused Trump to kind of falter, I mean, the things that he did was Operation Warp Speed and pushing the vaccine and stuff. And you can argue your way around that however you want, but the point is that it was the really true black eye of his presidency. Maybe they figure that's the only other way to do that is to have another one. I don't know. I mean, that's absolute total speculation. Maybe no truth to it whatsoever. But it is picking up speed, this H5N1. It's picking up speed. I've not seen a lot of reports of it being like really deadly. And maybe that's it. Maybe they're realizing that this thing isn't really that big of a deal and not worry about it. I did see one thing that they said that so far through testing, about 7% of the people that were tested that work in the farms and stuff where this is coming from have some kind of natural immunity to it. So there's that. They're finding it in pigs now, so it's jumped from cows and chickens now to pigs and of course humans. It's just bouncing all over the place. And while it may not be the very next big thing, I think eventually it could be a big thing. And it's possible. It's possible that it could be a thing that really starts, I don't know, kicking off their plans in a different way. Kind of regrouping and doing something different. Same goals, just a different way of doing it. The bottom line is, folks, is don't let your guard down. Y'all have been in this game far too long to think that it's just gonna go away this easy. Don't let your guard down. Keep on your preparations. Utilize the time. Utilize the quiet time. Maybe you don't need to be quite as much on edge and quite as much on the internet and all that kind of stuff, because there's nothing too terribly big happening in that area. So use this time to focus on your preps, to focus on your homestead, to focus on your family, your relationships, whatever it is, because it's not over yet. It's not over yet, and y'all know that. So don't try to convince yourself that you can just pack up your toys and go home now. It doesn't work that way. There's been way too much money and effort and time and everything planning for decades for just one presidential win to cause it to all go away. Keep Keep your houses in order, folks. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.